5 seconds.
I'm ready.
Yeah, hello and good afternoon, everybody. We have here now Johan from the Supair team from Annecy. Really nice to have you here tonight, Johan.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me. It's a pleasure to be here for the Supair online this year and present you a small subject from Supair.
Really nice to have you here tonight. So, what are you going to talk about? What is your topic for tonight?
Tonight, I would like to talk about harness development, the process we use in Supair for developing harnesses, and more precisely about new harnesses we are going to launch very, very soon, which is the Radical 4. So I have a small presentation. Maybe I can share my screen now. Up. Okay, is it working?
Yes, we can see it perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm here to talk about harness development in Supair, and more precisely, I would like to focus on one product, which is the Radical 4. This is the new high and pie harness from Supair.
So first of all, I just would like to introduce myself. My name is Johan Chavan. I'm flying since 2005. When I was young, at 15 years old, I was on the Young French XA team for 3 years. In France, this is called Pôle Espoir, and a lot of champion was here, like Maxime Pinault, Charles Cazot, or Laurie Geneves. After that, I was lucky to be part of the Paragliding World Cup cross country for 6 years with the French national team. And one of my biggest moments during competition was the European title with the team in Macedonia in 2016. In the meantime, I'm a mechanical engineer since 4 years, and I'm working for Supair as one of the harness designer since 4 years. So I will just talk a bit about Supair. Nowadays, Supair, it's quite a well-known French paragliding brand since 3 years now. The company is based in Annecy, in the French Alps. We have a lot of good spots to fly here, and it's quite a nice place to fly. Supair is composed of two main design departments. The first one is the glider department, which is based in the south of France, near Gourdon. And the other one, which is the bigger one, is the harness accessories department, based in Annecy, at the headquarters. It's easy for me to say that now the outdoor sport market, the outdoor market is growing so fast now. We have a lot of demands. The paragliding market is growing fast, really, really fast. And you know, the brand need to be flexible. That's why Supair, in the past year, need to come from an artisanal company to an industrial company. For example, a few years ago, Supair was quite artisanal company, a small one, with one genius man, Pierre Bouilloux, who was developing all the harness by his own. Was quite a crazy guy, a very genius guy. And now to have a good compatibility for the market, we need to change a bit our process, change a bit our mind, and to develop products better and better, and to have a industrial process, an industrial company for developing harnesses. I will talk more precisely now about the harness department of Supair. As you can see, Supair has a big range in 2K22. We have more or less 17 harnesses on the range, from beginner to top pilot, like for the hike and fly pilots. In average, it's from 2 to 3 new products per year, approximately. Yeah, on the design office, we are 9 working on harnesses and accessories and bag. And we are split in 3 teams. The team is composed of 1 designer, which is the project manager of the development of the product. So my job is to design the product and to follow the product from scratch to the production. With me, I have the help of the pattern maker. The goal of the pattern maker is to try to understand all my idea in my mind and to put physically the idea on the table. And the third person of the team is the sewer. You need to know that in ANSI, we are building all the products in the headquarters. All the prototypes are built in the headquarters. We use only the production for, to test the final product or to do the production. So we have a big team and we work all together to develop the new product. In this case, we work since around 1.5 years on the new Radical 4. Which is the new I Can Fly harness and mountaineering harnesses. No, I'm not here to sell you a product, to sell you the Radical 4. I'm here tonight to explain you how we process to develop an harness, how to explain you what is the goal of all our job here in Nancy, to give you the best product as possible. So I'm not a salesman. I will be not here to give you all the benefit of the products. I'm here to present you the job we did to go from the Radical 3, okay, this one, to the new Radical 4, which is this one. So the first step of the development is the specification part. It's kind of pluridisciplinary job, okay? We have a lot of input from the design department, for the marketing department, the sales department, and the finance. And the goal is to find the best compromise for the product and for the company. And for sure, during this period, during this time, we made a lot of market survey, okay, customer analysis to understand the need of the market, to understand the needs of the pilots. And for sure, we look a bit, we benchmark in and out of the paragliding market. And I can clearly tell you that it's very important to benchmark out of the box, out of the market, in order to see new techniques from, for example, from boat technology or for mountaineering technology. All these parts are very important for the product. And for sure, the goal is to have clear numerical targets and technical needs for the product. For example, for the Radical 4, we have the harness, but we have also the removable airbag and the backpack. So it's quite big job, okay? It's like developing 3 harnesses at the same, 3 products at the same times. But if I can make, the specification paper in 3 words, okay, we need a product light, comfort, and simple. Sorry, I have a problem with my computer. Okay. So the first interesting thing for the design department is the first prototype. So we start from scratch with specification paper, with kind of first drawing of the harness or what we want, what the market wants, and I need to put on paper my ideas, okay, the design I would like to use for the harness. Okay, we list all the technical points we need on this harness. It's very important to have a clear vision of what we want and what we can do. After that, the goal is to do the first set of pattern. Okay, here in ANSI, we are developing in 2D or 3D, depends of the form, depends of the part of the harness. For the Radical 4, we use 2D patterning. Okay, and the goal of the first set is just to make on the paper, to make on the computer the first sketch, okay, to build the first prototype. And this is the first, the next step, which is to build we call that the version 0 or the POC, the proof of concept of the Radical 4 in one size. So here, I can show you here two pictures of the first prototype of the Radical 4. So on the left, we have only the seat, the harness. Here on the right, we have the first prototype of the container, including the back pocket. We have a small kind of airbag and a kind of rescue pocket. But it's quite it's the first one. It's not it's not the final one. So it's not the good fabric, it's not the good color. Come on, we just need to put physically our idea. After that, after we put on real our mind, our idea. Oh, sorry, I forgot to talk about something. Here is few sample regarding difference between the V0 product to the final product. Here's the Delight 3. We have the first prototype of the Delight 3, then the final version. Is not, we can imagine easily the job done, and it's pretty the same. But here for the Altion Delight, it's quite different. Okay, you can see the V0 and the final product. We have a lot of fold on V0, an airbag, which is quite crazy, but it's a first prototype. Okay, after that we have the development, which is the harder part of the development process. The goal is to make hand loop to have a final and industrial prototype according to the specification paper. It's very important to follow and to focus on the specification paper. So for the Radical 4, we have the structure to work on it. We have the container, we have the bag because it's reversible harnesses, okay, with an integrated backpack. And we have kind of accessories, like carabiner or the rescue handle. So for Supair, for the Radical 4, we start with the structure, with the harness structure. Why? Because the harness structure is the base of the entire product, because we connect the container on the structure. We connect the bag on the structure. So that's why we focus first on the structure harness, okay, only the seat, the webbing, to find the best compromise and to find the best product to sell to the clients. And for sure, the goal is to provide a product which is efficient, with good performance, which is strong, durable, and tested. So what is the difference between strong and durable? For example, strong is related to certification tests. It's easy to develop a harness which is good for certification. But how can we optimize it? How can we imagine the use of the product and the product after maybe 4 years of flying? That's why in ANSI we use few tests to try to find the best solution for our product. For sure, we use tensile tests on a smaller webbing assembly, And now we are working on cycle tests. For example, in one prototype for the Radical 4, we made a webbing assembly, okay, for the leg strap. It's quite easy to produce. It's quite strong because we tested here in Nancy with pre-certification. But when we repeat the force maybe 200 times, the webbing assembly broke. So, okay, we need to find a new solution. But how is it possible to have something very strong static, but how can we find something durable? So we redo the entire webbing schema of the harness to provide the harness a strong and durable webbing schema, a webbing structure. And for sure, the product needs to be tested. And for example, for the Radical 4, we spent around 4 months in Portugal and Spain to test the product, okay, with some guys who is flying a lot in order to see all the weakness of the product, all the point we need to make maybe some reinforcement. That's why we were able to anticipate and to provide, the as durable as possible product on the market. And for sure, in Supair now we are working on numerical tests, numerical analysis, not on the Radical 4, but we are developing a new product, another one, and we are working on CFD, the computer field analysis, in order to estimate the performance of the harness. So this is the tricky part for the design part, team, because we need to design the perfect product. That's simple, and we need to be as much as possible next to the specification paper. We need to focus on specification and to provide a product like the market would like. So after that, when we are happy with one prototype, we can start. Oh, okay. So I just I forget to talk about that. I forget to show you a picture. Here is a video on. Okay, this is a video of an impact. It's not working. I'm sorry. I try to. Okay, it's an impact test of the Radical 4 or to certify the airbag. So it's pre-tested in Nancy. You can see up. I can show you one more time if you want. Okay, so we test a lot all the airbag. For example, for the Radical 4, we test 5 different airbags in order to find the best solution. And the same, it's easy to provide an airbag which is okay for the certification. So it's only for tests with and without rescue. But we need to provide a durable airbag. That's why we repeat this test a lot of time in order to see if we need to reinforce the airbag. So after we make all these tests and all the analysis, we were able to validate the product. Here's some picture of prototype different time during the process. On the right, on the left side, sorry, you can see a kind of Radical 4 with a different rescue pocket than the right one. Okay, the fabric is not the same, so we test a lot the fabric during this step of the development. The color is not the same for sure. It's not the final color, but you can see the difference between the first prototype to this prototype, and you will see after to the final one. So when we are happy with this, we can start the industrialization process. For Supair, it's very important. It's a very important part. It's a big part of the job of the design team. The goal of the industrialization is to validate the assembly in production. So it's easy to develop and to build one harness, but it's not so easy to build one harness and to have repeatability to make a lot. So this step is very important for the development team, and for sure we need this step for sample, because we need to build some sample for the certification based on the final prototype. Okay, we can test some prints, some embroideries, okay, to have the final the final design of the product. And for sure, we need to work on nomenclature, because, you know, Supair has his own production. So we need to give to the logistical department the raw material list to do the harnesses. And this is very, very important. It's not visible by the clients, but it's very, very important for the production and to provide you a good project and on the right delivery date. And for sure, after that, we were able to define the final cost of the labor time and the final cost of the raw material. So it's a very important part for you, for the design department, because it's kind of the final job of the development part. And the final one is to do the size grading, because I talked to you just before that we develop in one size. When we validate one size, after we are able to do the other size. For the Radical 4, for instance, we start with the M size. We did all the development in M size, and after we validate the product, okay, we start to develop the S and the L. It's easier to develop the other size because the product is fixed, so we just need to increase a bit the back, increase a bit the seat, or decrease for the S. It's quite easy job, but we need to wait the final product to do it. And for sure, this is a step where we start the marketing job and the communication job for the product. We need to give all the technical data for the product in order to send to the clients. After we finish industrial samples industrial sample process, we need to go to the certification. And for sure, as you know, we need to sell products certified. So the Radical 4 is LTF and EN certified, okay? We choose to certify the harness at 120 kilogram compared to the Radical 4 or Radical 3, sorry, which was 110 kilo. So during these steps, we did all the mandatory tests, the structural test for the harness, for the webbing, the impact pad test for the airbag. We also test the rescue extraction with static extraction and G-force extraction. And for sure, the last one is to test the rescue handle structural test, okay, to see if it's going right if you pull the rescue. So it's quite easy for Supair to do it because we are able to pre-test it to check all the mandatory tests in ANSI. So when we go to the laboratory certification, we are quite optimistic regarding the result because we test it all So for the Radical 4, it was quite easy to do it. So when we have the final product, the final prototype validated, when we know that in production it's quite okay to produce it, and when we have the certification, okay, we can pass to the production. And this is our last job in the design office. We follow a bit the start of the production process. Why? Because we need to give output, okay, to give some folder, some industrial folder to the production in order to produce the harness. For example, for the Radical 4, we need to give to the production the set of pattern for each size, the webbing schema for sure, the nomenclature, the final one. We need to explain how to how to make the harness. And the last one, but not least, the quality checklist, because we need to check the assembly on the line. We need to check the harness, the complete harness after the assembly. And here in ANSI, we test it and we sit in each harness just before the shipment. So now we have a product, okay, developed, check. It can be industriable. The product is certified and it's in production. Now we can start the sale of the product. We can start to give the product to the market. So here is few technical data regarding the Radical 4. We developed the harness in 3 sizes, so S, M, and L. It's an I can fly harness and mountaineering harness with a lot of accessories for mountaineering. We have an option of removable and reversible bag with an integrated airbag and rescue pocket. Just to have some idea, the Radical 4 M size plus the removable airbag and backpack, ready to fly. So with carabiner, with the handle is 2.2 kilogram. For the bag, we choose a roll-top technology with a lot of mountaineering accessories for axes, for example, and for sure a lot of more. And one new thing will be the new carabiner we developed with a well-known brand of carabiners in order to adapt our technology, our design to the carabiner. Okay, so I think it's pretty all. If you need more detail,
we will be in the Stubai Cup in Rio in March, and we will bring with us a few Radical 4 to test it and to try to fly it maybe, and for sure we'll be here to answer to the questions. Thank you.
Wow, thanks Johan for the nice presentation. It was very interesting also for me as selling harnesses, also how it goes step by step. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
So personal question is, how about the delivery time? How about the production? Does it work very well in these times, or are you got a long term of delivery time?
Yeah, it's quite a tricky period with the COVID, but Supair last year managed to produce a lot because we make some bets. Okay, we have raw materials, so we can produce, so we can provide the product to the clients, and it will be the same for the Radical 4. We are working hard on that to provide the product as soon as possible, for sure. And normally you will have it for the Stubai Cup ready to test.
Thank you. Cool.
So we have already some questions. So the first question, is there any plan to design mainly hike and fly harnesses to fit women's proportion better? As most of the current ones don't fit well. With larger size, the back is too long, but in a smaller size, the seat is too narrow.
Yeah. You know, it's difficult to talk about all the technical parts we decided to choose for the Radical 4, but for sure for the Radical 4, for the backpack, for instance, we choose a new ergonomic shoulder for the bag. We can move a bit the chest strap in order to be as good as possible for a girl or for a man. And for sure, we use, for example, the bag is not the back of the backpack is not the same size for the S, for the M, and for the L for sure. So we need to adapt our design for the S, for the M, and the L, and for sure for the men and women. Is it clear?
Okay, yeah, perfect. Thanks.
Next questions. Any plan for a Delight 4? It's been 4 years soon.
I don't hear the question. Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Is there any plans for a Delight 4?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Here it's for the Radical 4, but for sure we are working on all these kind of products. The Delight 3 it's a very, very good product. It's a lot. We are selling a lot of Delight 3, but for sure we are working hard on this kind of products because it's kind of a cool product to develop and with a lot of performance. So for sure we are working on it.
Thanks. Yeah.
So next questions. Are you planning to get into harnesses with fairings one day?
It's interesting questions. It's difficult because Supair for the moment didn't provide any fairing harnesses, but we are working on a new product, and for sure we will use fairing for the future, for the next development. It will be interesting because we made some numerical CFD analysis, and we see the potential of the fairing on the performance and on the stability of the harness. So for sure, for a pod harness, for sure we'll use fairing.
Cool. Yeah, maybe we wait a few more minutes. Maybe we get the one or other questions. So, are you going to come and visit the Stubai Cup here on site in Neustift?
Yeah. I will try to go to the Stubai Cup in March. I would love to be here and to present to the Radical 4 with the team. It would be a pleasure to fly in this well-known valley.
Are you already flew here, or did you come ever to Stubai?
No, it's in Stubai, near the. Not in Stubai, no, not yet. Maybe in March, I hope.
We hope so too.
Fingers crossed that you come to the 30 Stubai Cup here now.
Yeah.
30 years, over 30 years, yeah. Yeah, perfect. Thanks for your time. We doesn't got any further questions, so I think the people loved your presentation as I did, and I hope to see you soon in 4 weeks when we meet us for the 30 Stubai Cup here in town in Neustift. For all pilots, the registration is online on stubaicup.at, so be sure you got your online registration. So thanks for watching, and the video is going to be on YouTube, available at any time.
Yeah, thank you for welcoming me here tonight.
Okay, thanks, Johan. See you.
Bye.
Bye.